If you're working out more than ever, maybe doubling down on cardio or squeezing in one more boot camp, and you're still gaining weight, feeling puffy, or constantly exhausted, this video is for you. Were you also personally victimized by the 90s magazines telling us that the path to weight loss and better health is to just eat less and move more? Yeah. Me too. But in perimenopause, that no pain, no gain mindset can backfire and can leave your body more depleted, inflamed, and imbalanced than ever before. How do I know this? I'm Christy. Not only am I going through this myself, but I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner who helps women navigate perimenopause with real food and root cause strategies. I've worked with a lot of women in this life stage, and I'm living it too. And in this video, I'll show you why your workouts might be working against your hormones and what to do instead to feel better in your body and more energized without wrecking it. So here's why your workouts might be backfiring. The truth is, perimenopause completely changes the rules. Estrogen and progesterone are shifting, your recovery capacity goes down, your stress resilience takes a hit, and that means your workouts need to evolve too. But what do most of us do instead? Well, we turn up the heat, we hustle harder, we do more cardio, we do more HIIT, we do more burpees, and we eat less food. And the result is higher cortisol, poor recovery, more inflammation, less muscle, and more fat gain, especially right around the belly. Does that sound familiar to you? If you're doing what used to work and it's not working anymore, it's not because your body is broken or you're just not trying hard enough. It's because your hormones are changing and your strategy just hasn't caught up. Here are some signs your workout is actually working against you. Let's talk symptoms. If any of these sound like you, your current exercise plan may need a reboot. If you feel wiped after workouts and not energized by them, if you're gaining more weight or belly fat despite working out harder, if you wake up between 2 and 4 a.m. or have trouble falling back asleep, if you're moody, anxious, or feel like you're running on fumes, your hunger feels more out of control than ever, your cycle is irregular or your symptoms are getting worse, or you feel puffy or inflamed even when your diet is clean. Have you noticed any of these? Let me know where you're at too. If any of those are getting worse, your workouts may be stealing energy from you instead of building it. So here's what to do instead. Let's reframe this entire approach. And no, I'm not going to tell you to just walk every day and call it good, but we do need to be a little more strategic, which potentially means doing less for a bigger bang for your buck. Does that sound good? The first is muscle building with progressive strength training. Muscle is your hormone ally. It's where your body soaks up glucose and it supports insulin sensitivity and it boosts your metabolism. It is a very metabolically expensive tissue for your body to maintain, which is a good thing for your metabolism. But here's the key. You have to train for muscle fatigue, not just burn. That means lifting weights heavy enough that you reach muscle failure within 30 to 60 seconds. Think heavier dumbbells with fewer reps, fewer sets at a higher intensity, resting between sets because you physically cannot do more at a time, and 2 to 4 strength training workouts per week, leaving at least one full day in between. So for example, you lift a certain muscle group on Monday, you take a break on Tuesday, you lift that muscle group on Wednesday. If you're doing light weights and high reps like Pilates, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's endurance, but that's not hypertrophy, which is muscle failure. For real metabolic change, you need to challenge the muscle. My absolute favorite workout program for this and for perimenopausal women is called Evlo Fitness. I am not affiliated and I have paid out of my own pocket for over 4 years, but I am 100% in support of their philosophy, and it's run by physical therapists. So they're all about maximizing muscle load without sacrificing joint health, which is awesome for this stage of life. I'll link to their site below so you can check them out if it's something you're interested in. The next is to make walking your recovery superpower. So we're talking walking here, but this is where it fits in. Why walking has gained all the hype is because it provides movement without adding stress to your stress bucket, which is already full. Walking is not just a throwaway recommendation. It helps with blood sugar regulation, lymphatic drainage, which helps clear toxins out, nervous system regulation, and reducing cortisol. It's one of the few exercises that can help reduce your cortisol rather than add to it. So aim for 20 to 30 minutes a day, or even better, 5 to 10 minute walks after your meals to help reduce the glucose spikes after eating. The next is to tread lightly when it comes to HIIT or high intensity interval training. This one is important. High intensity interval training can be beneficial, and boy, there is loads of research on it. That is great, but not if you're doing 4 to 5 classes a week that are 45 to 60 minutes long while you're already stressed, underfed, and under-recovered. I used to love HIIT. That was my jam because it made me feel like my workouts were counting. It left me in a puddle on the floor. But looking back, back, I had all the signs that it was not working for me. In addition to the constant cycle of injuries that I was going through, I wasn't sleeping well, I had bad headaches, I had terrible constipation, and the weight wasn't coming off, despite all the effort I was putting into my workouts. Instead, limit HIIT to 2 times per week max to start, and stick with shorter workouts, a total of 10 minutes where you do 1 minute on and 1 minute off, not a 60-minute boot camp. Focus on movements with controlled intensity, like cycling sprints or rowing, and not just explosive jump squats with poor form that are going to make your joints hurt. And avoid HIIT if you're not sleeping well, if you have irregular cycles, or you're feeling constantly depleted, which means it's also not very great when you're going through a particularly stressful time. Focusing your time on weight training and walking during those times is a much bigger bang for your buck. Your hormones interpret intensity as stress, which can be beneficial under the right circumstances. But in perimenopause, I'm pretty sure your stress bucket is already full. Hey, if this is resonating with you, will you do me a quick favor and hit like or share this with a friend? It really helps other women find this type of support and lets me know to keep making videos like this. And the next is to fuel your body. Don't starve it. This is not the time for fasted workouts or eating the bare minimum. You need a protein-rich breakfast within an hour of waking, especially if you work out in the morning, plus carbs to help fuel your workout. A post-workout meal with protein and carbs within an hour is important because when you're working out and you're building muscle, during your workout, you are tearing down that muscle. The muscle is then built in recovery. And in order to build muscle, it needs fuel. So we need to supply it with that fuel. Eat at least 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. It's just a general recommendation, and spread that throughout the day. But that can also be kind of a nuanced conversation. I'll link to a video that I have on eating for hormone balance in the description to give you more details there. Your body needs nutrients to recover, build muscle, and keep your metabolism humming. So continuing to cut back is not the right strategy here. And the next, and I would argue is almost the most important in this life stage, is to track your recovery as closely as you do your progress. It's not just about how often you're working out, it's about how well you recover. So paying attention to things like sleep quality, your mood, your energy throughout the day, digestion, cycle regularity are key pieces to understand if you're recovering properly. This is why I love the Oura Ring. This is the very first tool that instead of tracking how many calories I burned against my goal, this actually is a very hard look at recovery and how well am I recovering, which is a huge piece when we're talking about all this hormone dysregulation going on in perimenopause. So when it comes to workouts, they may not be working for you, not because you're not trying hard enough. It's because your body is asking for a new kind of support in this phase of life. Your workouts need to evolve too. One that focuses on muscle, metabolism, recovery, and resilience, not depletion. So I mentioned earlier about blood sugar dysregulation and how to eat for hormone balance quite a bit throughout this video, and it plays a big role in all of these tips we talked about today. This next video walks you through exactly how to eat to help support blood sugar control in perimenopause while also supporting your workouts. You've got this, and I'm here to walk you every step of the way. See you in the next video.